I made a heated pizza dome with some stuff from the hardware store and a blowtorch, but this isn't the first attempt. Welcome to Pizza Dome 2.0.
So this was version 1, terracotta pot, hole in the top. This acts as a heat sink and all the air goes around it. It was fine, but it needed some upgrades. So this is version 2, entirely stainless steel. Shashlik sticks, cut off, holding up a metal grill grid in the middle. Hopefully it's enough. We've also got a Shashlik's handle, so ease of use, ease of movement, that's just lovely. Same sort of hole in the top. Let me deal with the people who are saying I basically reinvented an air fryer. Yes, it is hot air. Yes, it cooks food, but an air fryer is this thing. First of all, you would not put this on a griddle. Second of all, that is an element right there, and it only heats from the top and then it blows hot air. The pizza dome is made to sit on a griddle and make pizza and other things. Now I preheat my razor griddle and assemble the pizza on the griddle. Whereas a griddle only heats from the bottom, the pizza dough heats from the top, and together they make magic. That is the whole point. So, now that we've gotten past this, let's look at version 2.0. So with all that being said, this is going to be version 2.0. We've got the same pot. We're going to have a mesh disc that is the heat deflector, so it lets a little bit more heat through so the pizza cooks a bit faster. And that's being held up by these Shashlik sticks. And we're going for a all stainless steel design. We've got stainless steel rivets, we've got stainless steel nuts and bolts and washers. And we're also going to make one of these Shashlik sticks into a handle because that was severely lacking. So let's get going. Now, I never seem to be able to find the correct tools for things, but this ramekin on top of the couple of bits of wood helped me find the right height to cut some slits for the Shashlik sticks to go in with my father-in-law's angle grinder. Easy peasy, it works just fine, and it's fun. Look at the sparks, it's just fantastic. Then I cut a hole in the top with my new hole bit. Nice, look how clean that is. My gosh, you should have seen the last one. If you haven't, go check it out. It was a bit wonky. And it goes, and then we desperately try to line up these holes. Oh, they line up. That'll do, donkey, that'll do. All right, now it's time to cut out the ring from that fabric. I'm gonna try doing it using these snips here. My grip strength's not amazing, so I don't count on it being good, but we'll see. And I ended up using the angle grinder. It's just a lot easier. Just slices through it, so easy. Now using steel mesh was quite important. It sort of acts as a diffuser and enables you to sort of let more heat through, but deflect it around the sides as well. Okay, now we're starting to get somewhere. A little less obtrusive compared to the terracotta pot. And then I just mounted it in, and yeah, with a bit of stainless steel bolts and wing nuts. And then tried to rivet the Shashlik sticks to the side. Oh! With stainless steel rivets, really hard, couldn't do it. And then same thing with the handle, stainless steel rivets on the side. What a nightmare. And then picked up all my crap with a magnet. So this was version 1, terracotta pot, hole in the top. This acts as a heat sink and all the air goes around it. It was fine, but it needed some upgrades. So this is version 2. Entirely stainless steel. Shashlik sticks, cut off, holding up a metal grill grid in the middle. Hopefully it's enough. We've also got a Shashlik's handle, so ease of use, ease of movement, that's just lovely. Same sort of hole in the top. You get the idea. Not everything worked out though. My riveting job absolutely sucked. Usually they're fine, but I've gone for stainless steel everything. And usually the aluminium rivets I use are easier. They just click, 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 snap off, and then they're done. But using aluminium and stainless steel together, I don't think that is all that fine. Also, aluminium gets brittle under high heat, so that's not okay. Now, the other thing was the fact that I made about 10 pizzas the other day using the heat gun. And I think that the heat gun is effective, but it's loud. It's very antisocial. So this is a lot quieter. Whoa. Gotta avoid those flare-ups, but I'm gonna give this a go and see what sort of results we can get from this.
All right, time for the heat test. Heat tape went on, the weed torch goes in there, and I quickly found out that if you lower the flame too much, it chokes. The temp was maxing out at around 240 degrees Celsius, and the shitty tortilla hotspot test resulted in a huge hotspot after just 2.5 minutes. So hot enough, but not diffusing well. So I put some feet on it, 5 of them, around the perimeter with some kind of janky measurements, but I found out very quickly that the heat comes out of the bottom.
Yeah, okay, so now it's getting
pretty hot. And then I went in to make a dough. Now, my gosh, this dough I tried to make with a poolish. I tried to be all fancy. Let's see how we can get this thing going. What a nightmare. And long story short, after all this preparation, this was a disaster. Cardboard pizza is how I'd describe it. It had no lift at all. So I made another dough using my eyeballs and just guessing and feeling. Loaded it up for pizza for breakfast and stuck that thing on the griddle. Bit of tomatoes and boom, on it goes. Now each of these sequences, these heating sequences, is about 3 minutes, sped up to about 3 seconds. So I made about 4 pizzas from what I remember, and the result was just instantly so much better. Dough has a lot to answer for in terms of, you know, the methodology to get it to work, and not everything's going to work favorably, but this looks to me to be fantastic. Got a good char on top, a nice crispy puffy crust around the outside. Look at that. And then yeah, I was just cranking them out at this point. 3 minutes a pop, away we go. I'll just check it periodically as well because I can't actually see what's going on inside, but generally speaking, I'm pretty happy. The whole thing just seemed to be a fluid dynamic issue in terms of making sure the heat flows in the right direction. And as everyone pointed out in the comments, having relief holes around the bottom really helped drag that heat up and down and around the crust. And then I just add some dill because I live in Latvia and dill goes with everything. And it was fantastic. Look at the little hole in there. I'm absolutely delighted. So will you be giving this a go?